Hey everybody, this is Jeanette from Boricua Sewing Crafts. In this video, what I am going to do is I am going to embroider this knit hat, okay? I have to walk Mellow, because he doesn't like to go in the backyard. He's a pea peer, or a tree peer, let me say. And I don't have any trees in my backyard, so I have to go walk him so he can go hug and water a tree. So anyway, it's cold out there, and I wanted to put my name on the hat, and I figured while I do that I can make the video to show you guys how I'm going to do it. Now I know a lot of you guys are new and just got your SE1900, so I'm also going to show you how you can use the SE1900 without using the software Embrilliance to also embroider this knit hat. Okay, so for those of you that do have Embrilliance, okay, I am going to launch Embrilliance right now on my machine, and I have it up. What I am going to do is I always make sure that right now I'm also going to tell you the steps that I'm going Embrilliance preferences. I'm going to select hoops, and I want to make sure that I am working off a 5x7 hoop. That's a 9x9. I need a 5x7. Here we go. Hit apply, hit OK. I don't think it's showing my hoop. Let me see. Hold on. View, manage the views, reset. Okay, hold on. View, draw the hoop. And why is it not working? I'm sorry, I have to hit new. See, brain fart. Okay, let me show you guys what I did wrong, all right? First of all, I didn't hit new, okay? And that's that little paper with the little dot, okay? Now that I hit new, I do have this hoop that's showing, and let me scroll out. And I'm not going to edit this video because I want you guys to see that I also make mistakes too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get in the software and I myself have to find my way. So here's under Embrilliance preferences, and I'm selecting hoop, and yes, in fact, it is a 5x7, okay? And I hit apply and okay. Now over here you're going to see a line. This is where you can zoom in or out. I'm going to zoom out because I want you guys to be able to see everything that I do, okay? So one of the things that I want to do on the knit hat is I want to put my name. So I'm going to hit a text box, and I am going to pick the font that I like. I always like the font that I bought from Stitchtopia. It's called Maya. I know a lot of you guys have reached out to me and say, hey, what name is that? It's really pretty. It's Maya number 2. I always, and this is 1/2 inch. And I'm going to do an inch. No, I'll do half. I'm going to do 1/2 inch. An inch is a little too big. Okay. I'm going to put my name. There you go. All right. Now this is a knit hat, okay? There's 2 ways that you can do this. You can put this inside of a box, or in this situation with this knit, what I prefer to do is I'm going to add knockdown stitches. Now in order for you to be able to add knockdown stitches, this is in Embrilliance Essentials. There is also another module that you can purchase called Enthusiast. Now, Enthusiast, once you buy that and add that to your suite, when you click under Utility, you will see something that says Knockdown Stitches, okay? I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to hit OK. I want it to be bi-directional. Excuse my English. And there you go. You're going to see the little white at the behind. That's the knockdown stitches, and then this is my font. I don't know why, but for this particular font, you always end up with the first letter in a different color than the rest of the letters. So anyway, I'm going to change all the colors for my name. Let me cancel out this. Sorry. Over here, what I'm going to do, and this is annoying. I gotta find a way to stop these little pop-ups from happening here. Sorry about that. Okay, now if you go over to the right hand side, here you see it shows the underlay and then it shows my letters. Now I want my letters to be color red. You know, I'm just gonna call it red so that I can see it. And I hit go. Here's the red. Hit cancel. Okay. All right. So now you see that it is red. Now the underlay is what's showing in white. Okay. What I am going to do is I'm going to leave it alone. Okay. Because actually I do know that it's the underlay that's going to stitch first. Because if you look over on the right hand side, and let me move the camera over here. This, if you read this here, you see it says 1, then it says 1:1, 1:2, and then it says number 2. Okay. This is the order in which the machine is going to stitch out the design. Okay, it's going to do the underlay first, and then it's going to actually do the letters. Okay, I am okay with leaving this white. I can just, but when I go to stitch it out on the hat, I am actually just going to put a gray thread. I'm not going to put, you know, it's just, I'm not going to go through the trouble of just naming naming the thread on the design. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this. And I'm sorry, I know the machine's kind of, well, the camera's a little off and stuff. I'm going to save this now, you know, in Embrilliance. And let me go out a little bit so that you can see. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do File, Save Stitch and Working, and I am going to save this over to a USB. Let me put the USB in, and then I'm going to take it over to my machine. Now, when I get to the machine, I'm going to show you guys how you can do this without Embrilliance. Not adding the knockdown stitches. What I'm going to do is we're going to add like a square. Okay, so it's going to show you something. I'm going to, you know, something that you can do, because, you know, I know not everybody has Embrilliance, and you know, but you can still do this with your machine, because the machine comes with some functionality. So I'm going to save this to my USB, and I don't think it's reading. Hold on. Hopefully it does. I see a USB. There it is, my space. Okay, there you go. And I'm going to save that here. And I'm going to take this over to my machine. I'm also going to show you how you can do something very similar to this to create the file on your machine in the SE1900. Okay, so let's move over to the machine. All right, guys, we are over at the embroidery machine. I still have to change my pressure foot. I have my sewing foot on here. I'll change that later, but for now I want to show you how you can create a design in the SE1900 so that you can put it on your hat. Okay, now your machine came with some designs already on it. Okay, so, and I keep saying okay, so just ignore my okays. Okay, so anyway, these are all the pre-designs that the SE1900 comes with. Now, if you don't have the software Embrilliance, and let's say you want to do something similar to what I'm doing, where I am putting my name on the knit hat, one of the things that you can do is you can do a frame, and you can create your own design in SE1900. So let me show you how I would go about doing this. Okay, now here is where all your frames are. You're going to have like a frame and a heart. If you click on this, this shows you all of the different frames that are available to you. So what I would do is I would select this one, which is the triangle. And then if you go, you're going to see when you read right here, and it says, and let me zoom in so that you guys can see exactly while we play in here what I am doing. That looks a lot better. And I just want you guys to see the buttons too, so that you guys can see what buttons I am hitting. So I think this works good. All right, cool. Now you're going to see right here, it says 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4 means that there are 4 different screens in here. So you would move back and forward by hitting these buttons right here. So right here, if you notice, once I hit that, I have 2 out of 4. And these are also the different types of frames that are available for you to use, right? So what I would do is, it's just going to be on the knit hat. So I would pick one that's the simplest as possible. And oh, I don't know. I'll pick this one. Okay. Now I'm going to hit set. Now when I hit set, okay, you're also going to see that you have different other options. Okay. You can move it, you can side it, and you can rotate it. Okay. And then here's where you change your colors and stuff. Now what I want to do is I want to size it a little bit because I want to make it as big as possible. Mellow. Sorry, my dog is next to me. It's really hard for me to videotape sometimes. Shh, quiet, Mellow. Okay, so in order to make the frame bigger, okay, let me go back. Okay, go over to the size, and if you click on that, you're going to see a bunch of arrows that are pointing inside, and then you'll see a bunch of arrows that are pointing out. You'll also see over here you have the arrows pointing in, okay, on the top and the bottom, and also pointing out, and then pointing in from the sides and pointing out from the sides. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make this a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this one right here, and if you keep clicking it, you're going to see that it grew. Okay, it actually got bigger. So then I'm going to hit OK, and then what I want to do now is I want to add my name to it. Okay, so I would have to hit add, and then here are your fonts. So I would select the font, select the one that you want, which I'll pick this one. Now, of course, I want small, okay? So I'm going to start, see, as soon as you hit the J, you get like the size right here. You have the size right here. It has large, medium, small, okay? And then right here, you would go ahead and I would just start. Oh, there goes the dog. Okay. And then if you see, notice how this goes from A to 0. A to 0, okay? You want to go over to the next section for the rest of the alphabet. Hit here. And then you'll see that it's all caps. And then you start the alphabet all over again in all lowercase. Now, if you keep going, this right here at the end of the Z, this is a space, okay? So just to let you guys know. Now I'm going to, I was doing all caps. See, I would go back, Jeanette, hit set. Now, if you see, Jeanette fit perfectly in here. So right here, this is perfect. So what I would do is I would then do end edit, and there you go. And then you hit embroidery. And then what will happen, it will first embroider the frame, and then it's going to embroider the name. And you hit embroidery. When you hit embroidery, that's exactly what you see. It takes about 4 minutes for you to do the frame, and then it takes another 4 minutes for me to do the name. So right here, you know, it's saying that it's doing it in black, and then both of them in black, okay? Now let me go back and show you what you would do. Let's say you want to change the color, okay? Then this is what you would do. And excuse me, let me get the dog out because he keeps it with the squeaky noise. Okay, I'm back again, okay? All right, let's say you want to change the color, okay? Then what I would do is I would go back, hit back, okay, and then go back again. And you're going to end up going back in the edit field, okay? Once you're in this section right here and you hit color, then right here it's going to say, okay, now for your name, what do you want it to be? Let's say I want it to be red. Now, if you notice, this all turns red. And then let's say I hit this. This is the color for the frame. So what color do I want for the frame? So now if you want to see what colors they are here, then what you can do is just scroll. See, it has 2 of 4. See? And then let's say I want gray. So I select gray, hit OK. End. Okay. Now let's say you want to see what it's actually going to look like. Click here where you have the little camera with all these little squiggly things. I'm going to click there. There you go. That's what it's going to look like on your hat. So in order for you to put your name on this knit hat, you don't really need the software, because everything that you have is on your machine that's available is fine. Now, the reason why I say to do the frame around the name is because the frame will provide more stability for your design, okay? Remember, this is very stretchy fabric, so you're gonna want this to be very stable and straight. So when I'm going to float this on sticky stabilizer, and then what the frame is going to do is it's going to help the name stay intact with this type of material, because as you can see, it's very, very, very flimsy and it's very, very stretchy. Okay, so that is one way that you can do it. That's the other reason why people do knockdown stitches for these items. Okay, so I just thought maybe showing you this would be pretty helpful, because not everybody has the software to add knockdown stitches and everything, and I don't want everyone to miss out. I mean, you have the machine, you have things in here to help you to knit this, so we can go ahead and we can all do it. So either way you want to do this, if you don't have Embrilliance, this is the way you can do it, and if you do have Embrilliance, you can do it the way I created the file. Okay, so I'm going to show you now how I'm going to hoop this so that you can see how I do it. Okay, everybody, here I am at my cutting table, and I've got a roll of sticky stabilizer, and here is my 5x7 hoop. Okay, so right now I'm going to take the top and the bottom, take that out. I got my sticky stabilizer. I usually just measure to make sure that I have enough to cover the whole bottom, and this is usually how I do it. Okay, once I know I have enough, I just cut away. Cut away. Now, this is the sticky part. I'm going to put this on top here. Now make sure that when you're putting the hoop back, that you take a look at your hoop. Now right here, you're going to see like there's like an arrow right there. That arrow is pointing upward. That is how you put it back in the hoop, okay? Here, let me show you. Here, if you look at it real closely, you have an arrow here pointing up, and then you have an arrow on this other one pointing down. This is the right way to put it in. So, I have it like this way. I don't know if I have to open it. I don't think I do. I'm going to snap this in there. Okay. There you go. Got it in. I always lift it on this end, and then I just squeeze it in. I tell you, hooping can be the worst. It's the most challenging. All right, got it in there good. And then I always tighten it up. As you can see, it's like mega loose back here. Okay, now get as tight as possible. Okay, now what I usually do is I take a seam ripper, and then I put an X, and then I rip out the top portion of the stabilizer. So your brother machine came with a seam ripper, okay? So I just take this and I just kind of, do I think they call it preparation or something like that. But anyway, I just squeeze it down a little bit, okay? Enough so that I can poke in here and get the plastic off. Mello, what are you doing? Okay, Mello's my dog. For those of you who don't know, it's always into something. Okay, so see, I just post it up. And I got it. And then I just take it all out. And then I'm going to show you how I put my hat on this hoop. Okay, a lot of folks ask me, how do I float my items and stuff? So Now I'm going to give you something, a little tip too, okay? Be right back. I'm going to give you a little tip. Your hoop came with this, okay? Now, one of the things you can do is after you take out the sticky stabilizer, put it in here. Okay, of course, right side up. ABC should be facing, you know, up at you, okay? Now, the hoop has these little center points. This is where the needle's going to know this is the center of the hoop, okay? And stuff, and this is going to be the center of it, okay? So, what I usually do is I get myself like a little marker, and I just put a little circle, circle, circle. I like to mark them, okay? Then once you have them marked, how did I do this? Oh, there you go. Senior moment, I tell you. Anyway, all right, so when I take that out, let me show you what it looks like now. See, you have like these little dots, okay? So then what I do is I take a ruler and I just connect the dots. And that way I know that is my center point. It makes it a lot easier for when you're laying things down, so that way you know that they're kind of straight, okay? Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of this sounds like a pain, but trust me, even if you take your time and you actually do this, your projects will come out better, okay? Because remember, if you don't take the time to hoop correctly, your embroidery is not going to come out right. It's going to come out crooked and stuff like that. So, you know, just something to keep in mind. Now, I also want to talk to you a little bit about this hat, okay? Now, there's two ways that people sometimes wear this hat. Sometimes they just wear it, you know, like they believe this is the head. Sometimes they just put it straight up, okay? Some other people like to curve this. They like to wear it like this, okay? And they want to have their name on here. However, though, I want to show you what I usually do in order to make sure that I always hoop, you know, put the name where I'm supposed to have it, okay? I usually, I'm running around here. Okay, hold on. Trying to get something to show you. Oh, boy. Okay. Let me, oh boy, I'll just get a sticker. Let me get a sticker. Okay, usually what I do is I place a sticker with the lettering facing the way I want it on the hat. So for instance, let's say that you want to embroider a hat like this, right? That, you know, for your little boy or your little girl or whatever, and you want the name to show up on the rim of the hat like this. Then what I do is I take a sticker or a piece of paper and I write down the name or something and I stick it on where I want it, okay? Like that. Then what this does, it tells me how the name should be facing on the actual hat before I embroider it. And I'm going to tell you why I do that. Because sometimes what happens is that when you go to hoop it, you forget the direction. And then what happens is you can accidentally embroider the name upside down. So it's just something that I do that always seems to work for me. Now, I usually always just wear my hat like this. I just plop it on my head, okay? But if you want to make sure that it's like the name's on here, this is how you would do it, okay? Now, of course, though, my name, I just want it on here like this, so I'll just put it like that, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, all right, I want this side to be embroidered. So usually what I do is I take my hat, and this is sticky stabilizer, okay? So what I'm going to do is I gently put it like right on the edge of the line that I put on here. So that we can embroider correctly. Okay, now, one little thing that I want to mention to you. You have the back side of this. You don't want the back flip to embroider with the front tip. So what you do is stretch out the back. Make sure that it is not together. There you go. See, like that. Okay. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. There you go. And I just plop it on here like this. And then I want you to notice that right here in the back, see, here's the back of the hat. So that way the back doesn't get embroidered with this. Now I need the name to be embroidered on here. Now, reinforcement. Sometimes some people like to put little reinforcements on here. Okay, because you want to make sure that your knit does not move and stuff like that. This sticky stabilizer, I'm pushing it down, is pretty tough. Okay, so it's really not going to shift the fabric. But let's say you don't have sticky stabilizer, because I like to think of everybody in every type of different situation. You're using cutaway. I would use cutaway on this, okay? And then what you do is you can take temporary adhesive. Use the cutaway, hoop it like I did this, take the temporary adhesive, spray it, okay? And then you can lay this down. To enforce it, because remember, temporary adhesive sometimes is not as strong as the sticky stabilizer. So take painter's tape. I usually use painter's tape. And then what I do is in this situation, I would just tape down the corners. I'll just put it here so you guys can see what I would do. Like right here. Just to really smack it, you know, hold it down there. A lot of people do that even when they're embroidering like stuffed animals and stuff like that, because they don't want anything to shift, okay? Because the thing is, you don't want this to move, okay? So, now I know that the back of the hat is free. Okay, you see it's not going to go on here. Okay, this is all the front. I have it all stuck. If you don't have, you know, sticky stabilizer, use painter's tape, masking tape, whatever type of tape, just to really help reinforce sticking it down besides the spray. Okay, so let's go over to the machine and let's start to embroider. And I'll show you how I do it. Okay. Okay, I'm at my machine. And I put in the USB, and here is my design. I'm gonna hit set. Okay. Oh, it looks pretty small. That's okay. I'm gonna hit here. Oh, now it doesn't even look that small. Okay, so this is how it's going to embroider. Okay, I'm gonna hit OK. I'm gonna hit end. Well, no, okay. Let's look at this first. You don't hit end. Okay. You see how it's aligned straight? Now I'm gonna put my hat in the machine. I already changed out of my pressure foot, and I put the embroidery foot. So I am going to put in my I'm gonna hoop it. I hoop in the machine. Got it? Okay. Now, as you can see, if I was to go ahead and say, okay, let's embroider right now, it's just going to embroider Jeanette across. But I wanted to embroider Jeanette this way, okay? But I want the name to go this way, okay? I want the, you know, because I want, remember how I told you put the sticky so that you know what letters, what position you want your letters to face. So I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to hit rotate, and I'm going to do 90 degrees. So I'm going to hit here, and then I'm going to go like this, and this is exactly how I want my embroidery to, you know, how I want it to stitch out. However, though, there is still some more modifications that I want to make to this, okay? And I'm going to tell you what it is. Like right now, okay, the way it's going to embroider, this is the middle of the hoop. I want to move this up because I want my name to embroider here. not here, you know, because what's going to happen is half of it's going to be on the hat, half of it's going to be here. So I need to move this. I need to scoop it up, okay? Scoop it over to the left, really. So I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to hit OK here, and then here it has move. So here, then you're going to select, hold down, and then you see that it moved it up, okay? Hit OK, and then I'm going to hit End Edit. Now, before you hit embroidery, one of the things that I always like to do is I like to see what is the area that is going to embroider in. So click on here. You're going to see these little boxes with the arrow going down. So I'm going to click here, and it's going to show me exactly, you know, it's going to do like the whole, it's going to do a round, and it's going to show me here where is it going to embroider. So if I click here, and then I hit OK, oops, sorry. I'm sorry, not okay. Hit that again right up here. See, now it's going to show me. See? It actually does embroider on the hat. Okay. But to me, the way I see it is it's embroidering too much to the bottom of the hat. And then the way you can see that is if I click right here, this is where the needle is. I want it to move up a little bit. So what I'm going to do, hit OK, is I'm going to go back, hit move, more to the left. See how it moves it? Hit OK. Then end. And then I'm back to, I want to see where the needle's going to hit. So now I'm going to go here. And here it is. This is much better. Okay. Awesome. Okay. And that's like right in the middle. Now, I did not really position my hat correctly. This isn't really the middle of the hat. I just put the sticky anywhere. Now, I'm not very particular on where I wear my hats, to be honest. But if you are, make sure that you fold it in half or whatever and get the point of where you want your middle of the project to be. Or you can move it up or down. But I'm fine with that. I'm okay with it. So now that I know that I have this positioned in the correct spot for it to embroider, I'm going to take away my little sticker. I should have used a better sticker. Or you can put a piece of paper and pin it. You can see it's lifting. But that's something. Should have used a better way to show you guys. But now I gotta remove my sticker. Okay. All right, so don't use this. Don't use a sticker that's really sticky. So as you see, it's kind of like lifting my thing. And I really need to tear this off. And it kind of shifted my hat. That's not good. All right, but, you know, the hat's for me. It's okay. I'm fine with it. I'm just going to push it down. And I'm good. Okay. First, now that I'm okay with this, I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit embroider. Okay, so the first part right here, now it's showing me, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, okay, because this is a really good first project, okay. You're going to see this is the underlay that's going to stitch, and then it's right here, the red is the name, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my thread that I'm going to use for the underlay, which is the silver one, okay. And I use sometimes the big comb. But what I have, for those of you that don't know, this is a single thread holder. So just in case, you know, you want to be able to use big combs, you can. I just bought this. Some people don't even buy it. Some people just put it on the side of the machine, or some people even put it on the floor. I purchased it because when I put it on the floor, for me, it just tangled it up. Okay, so I am going to... let me see if I can. I'm going to thread my machine right now. And I'm going to embroider the underlay. Start the embroidery. Push it down. Good. And we're good to go. So let's start. The video again when it finishes the underlay, okay, and I'm ready to do the next step. Maybe maybe I'll let it run so that way you guys can see. I'll let it run just in case you guys are interested, so you guys can see. As you can see though, you know, just certain things that I want to point out. The sticky stabilizer is pretty good. As you can see, it's not even moving the fabric. It's holding on to the fabric pretty good. So I really enjoy using sticky stabilizer when I'm folding my items because I feel that that stabilizer really does hold down the fabric in a good place. So, and as you can see, it's going to be small. I didn't want anything that big. Just my name on it so I know which hat's mine. That was quick, and all it took was a minute. Awesome. Okay, so now I am done with the underlay. Okay, this was the file that I used, that I created in Embrilliance. Okay, and don't just do what I did. I pulled the thread, but I kind of pulled it kind of hard. You should be a little more gentle if you decide to pull it from the top. Okay, let me show you how you should pull it. If you're gonna pull it from the top, this is what the technician shared with me, and this is wrong. I should go this way. It should go under. It goes from under. Okay, and you go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. 8. Okay. Now, usually when you're going to be changing thread, a lot of people say cut the thread from here and then just pull the thread, which is very, very good because what it is you do have tension disc here and you don't want lint getting on your tension disc. If you are cheap, you know, or frugal like I am, I always feel like when you do that, you waste a lot of thread. I don't like wasting thread. So usually what I do is I will take the thread from here and I actually undo it, okay, by my hand. And you do it kind of slow. That way you're not really putting too much pressure on it. And then you can just slide it out, okay? That's the way the technician told me. He said, if you're so into saving that little bit of thread, which, yeah, I am. He said and you want to do that, then do it slowly. Don't yank it, because when you yank it, you know, you end up building a lot of lint and tension discs that you have up here. I have sometimes gotten into that bad habit and I have to remind myself. So something that, you know, something that I want to share with you guys. So I'm actually going to just use my single needle threader on the side. I don't know why, but I seem to really like that because I like the way it pulls and stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cut. There we go. There. Alrighty. Okay, so now I'm ready to stitch my name. And this is gonna go pretty quick. Okay, so this is it's gonna stitch my name right on top of the overlay. Run completely, and I'll stop the video because this is 3 minutes. So I'll stop the video and I will restart it towards the end, okay? Okay, guys, it is towards the end of my name. So now let's take a look and see what the end product is. So it finished embroidering. I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to open this up. Let me take this out and let's take a look at it. Let's see what we got. Pretty cute. Pretty cute. Has my name on it. Okay. I just have to cut some jump stitches. Okay. But, and this is small. It is small. You know, I remember I selected the font to be 1/2 inch. If you want, you can make it bigger and stuff. You can even, the fonts come bigger too on the machine. You got, you know, small, medium, and large. I think the large is a really huge. Large, I think, is like really, really big. I would probably stick with the medium and stuff. But this is a cute hat if you're interested in making it for your kids or for yourself. Now I'm just going to remove it from the stabilizer here. Hold on. Let me just take it out. Stabilizer. But you can see what it actually looks like. Here we go. You can see it's just small. A little bit. Let me take this out. There you go. Got a bunch of these hats from Amazon. They're cheap hats, but hey, they work. When it's cold out there, you don't care, you know. So there you go. Look at that. See, and then what I like I said, see, this stretches because it has the underlay. See, it's not really going to stretch the name. The name kind of stays intact too. So if you can see, I just have some little stitches that I have to just cut, you know, which I'll cut. Let me cut it real quick so we can see it with the finished product. Here. Oh, great. I gotta get the, I'll be right back. Let me get my little embroidery scissors here. Always have a good pair of embroidery scissors. I'm telling you, man, they're the best. There you go. See, because they perfect. Okay, so nice hat. See? So now I got a nice hat with my name embroidered on it. So hope you guys like this video. This is a really, really fun project. For those that just got the machine, you know, and you don't, you know, and like I said, I gave you a way to do this without using software. You can put your name on it. So hope you like it. Give it a thumbs up. Oh, got another jump stick right here, right on my J. You know, you just gotta always remember to get rid of your jump stitches. There you go. Perfect. There you go. There. So hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel. I host Happy Embroidery Embroidery Happy Hour every Friday at 8 o'clock. So hope you like it. You know, take care. Happy sewing and embroidery. Bye.